Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to Felicity Moody's, the place where we are blessed to bless. As always, it's an absolute delight to have you guys joining me. How are you? Kindly let me know down below in the comment section. Now, I am all sorts of excited because, well, have I said Happy International Women's Day? You guys, Happy International Women's Day. I am so excited, and today I'm having one of my very good friends joining me on the show, and I just want to give her a chance to introduce herself so that you guys get the gist of it before we continue.
Hi, Happy International Women's Day. I hope you're doing well. My name is Sarah Chadwick, and thank you, Felicity, for having me here today. It's such a privilege and an honor. I like interacting with the youth, especially ladies, trying to get the challenges and sharing the ideas and seeing how we can forge ahead to settle the ladies' issues.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It is nice to see you in front of a camera and in front of so many people. You are looking good as always.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome. So, this year's theme for the Women's Day is Choose to Challenge. And I know a whole lot of us are going for the big fish, women's position in leadership, career, entrepreneurship, ministry, parenting, and it's a whole lot. But I'm feeling like I'm honestly thankful for those people who have gone ahead of us, both the men and the women, because they have done a lot, to just actively put women to a place of going for the things they want and just realizing that they can create a difference. But in as much as that has happened, we still have a whole lot of women, just sitting back, folding their hands and letting life happen like there is nothing they can do to make a difference. I don't know. What do you think about this?
Let's start with the topic, choose to challenge. I love that topic because the challenging part of it actually talks about a woman or a girl standing up and taking what belongs to them. And when we are talking about ladies or women, there's this fear that has made women believe that leadership is for men. And it's good that nowadays there are quite a number of women who have stood up in entrepreneurship, professional, and they're coming up to realize that leadership is not for men. And actually there are a lot to be done, and we still have a lot to do to ensure that ladies, even though those that are not aware, that at least they have the idea of what they need to do, how they need to stand for themselves, and to at least reach a level where then you don't depend on someone but you depend on yourself. Personally, I have faced a lot of challenges, and I choose to challenge all the challenges that I've faced so that
That's an interesting one. I choose to challenge all the challenges I've faced.
so that I can employ people, or I can reach the point where I want to reach as an individual and as a woman, and also to encourage ladies outside there. They should not just sit back and relax because some things are left for men. No, rise up, awake. This is International Women's Day, and we want to hear the voice of a woman standing and saying that yes, I can do this, and I'm facing this challenge because I have the power.
That's a very interesting perspective, how to look at it. And you mentioned something that, leadership isn't just for men, it's even for us. But I would really love to know, have you ever been in some experience where you felt like, maybe this is too scary, I'm not meant for entrepreneurship, I'm not meant for this, maybe a man would be in a better position to do it better than I could?
Yes, let me give you just a brief history about my professional growth. I've worked in hospitality industry in close to three hotels, 3 5-star hotels.
Wow.
And there's a richer point that there's a position, you're being challenged to apply for that position, and then it was, let me just be specific. There was a position for front office manager, and I felt like, no, this is not mine. There's a man who needs to come and fill this position, because by then I was an assistant front office manager. So there's that fear that made me believe that no, that position is not for me. And I had to find ways of fighting that fear so that I expose myself to that position and give my former boss then to be able to know that yes, I am a woman, but I can take the challenges, and yes, I did. And I'm glad that I took that opportunity, and it made me grow and made me what I am today.
That's a very interesting way of looking at it. So, in other words, what you are trying to say is that the opportunities are there. The only problem that we're having is that we haven't gotten to the place of just rising up to actually pursue them. But it's not
the challenge.
Yeah, but it's not like they are not there.
No, the positions are there. We have positions not for men, not for women. We all can do this thing, and we all can achieve, can hit the target that we've been given to do. It depends with an individual. What do you think you can? Believe in yourself. It's belief. When you believe that you can get there, when you believe that you can actually do it to perfection, yes, you can. It's just a matter of starting or rising from where you are and facing it head on and doing what you can do best. I believe in the potential of women, and I believe women have got a lot to share, a lot to expose, but the fear of I can't do it makes women sit back with a lot of information that is very beneficial.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Now, how? Because there are some of us who are watching right now, and they're like, "Yeah, I would love to do that. Maybe apply for that position. Maybe start the business. Maybe become a wife. Maybe do ABCD." But then you're looking at it and you're like, "No." So how do you help them? How can they deal with that to the position of just getting to a place of saying, "Yeah, it's actually possible," and pursuing it?
I want to challenge you today. Stand up, know what you can do, know your potential. If you know you can deliver, forge ahead, go ahead, apply for that position, and believe that you can. First, listen to yourself. Have a small meeting with yourself, and ask yourself, do you think I can be able to do this? Do you think this job description or the type of requirement that is needed, I can be able to achieve it? That is the first question. If your answer is yes, then you are good to go. You don't have to wait for somebody to come wake you up and tell you, give you a drill or something that you know this one should be done this. Take the challenge. And you know, I want to also to remind women that mistakes are not meant to make us a fallback. Mistakes are meant to enable us realize that we can do better. If you've tried once and you failed, that is not the end of it. Rise up again. Do it twice, the second time, the third time, until you are comfortable and you believe that yes, even though I tried 5 times, the 5th time I made it.
Yeah. Interesting. Now, a whole lot of women, usually we say that men are our problem. The men should fix the society. Men abuse their wives. Men are sexually abusive, and men do ABCD. And you know, it's like men. The moment men will wake up and realize that women need to be respected, then finally we can have a good society. But you think it's good for us to just keep waiting for these men to fix the world? When because I'm in this position where I feel like there is something you can do. For instance, for instance, someone gets raped, because I love the whole sexual violence activism. So someone gets raped, and then you're a fellow woman, you should know how this feels, and then the first thing you say is, sasa ukiva hivyo una expect nini? Ama ukilewalewa hivyo una expect nini? Should someone respect you kama ujiheshimu guy Kiswahili? Ujiheshimu, you know. Those are the things that we come up with. And so it's like women, we are preaching empowerment, but we are our own enemies. We are against each other. You see a fellow woman trying to apply for a position, you could encourage them, but it's like, as long as she doesn't become better than you, then I can support you. But the moment you seem to be doing better than I am, then no, sister, we are done. Yeah.
Oh, don't sit back waiting for a man to fix you. These men, they also need to be fixed.
What? The men will go very angry on my comment section. But
I'm talking about a man being fixed, I mean, men are also human beings.
Yeah.
They're also emotional.
Yeah.
And you know, there are things that even men, they need women just to talk to them. These men, they are also they are emotionally traumatized. There are things that they go through that nobody can help them. Nobody is there to talk to them, to give them a shoulder. And then they need women. Women, we were created, you know, God is wonderful. We were created in such a way that we are very accommodative. We are very humble and down to earth. There's a way a woman can talk to you and you feel like, this person has really helped me. So as a matter of fact, it's a feeling that we've been made to believe that, you know, men are the head. Men fixes everything, but they also need us as women to fix them in certain situations. The thing is here, know yourself, know if it's in a relationship or it's in a professionally, know how to approach these men and how to talk to them. There's a way when a lady talks to a man, the woman will be respected. But there's a way if you approach a man and you want to try fix something, it will be like you're interfering with the ego. You know, so there's this soft way you can approach someone, you talk to a person, and even if they don't understand it at the very right moment, they'll sit back and ponder about it, and then it will make sense. And you know, that alone has helped the situation. You mentioned something about rape cases, and you know, as a mother, I'm a mother, and this thing happens to some extent. If you go back to the society, you find that most women or ladies, they are not enlightened. They don't know what to do. They don't want to come out and speak about it. I will encourage you as a mother, develop that relationship with your daughter, whereby get to know what is happening in her life. Try to engage the person so that they are free to share what they are going through. And also, it's not a mother role or a mother responsibility to take care of a daughter. Remember, you are parents. The father and the mother, you are parents. I will encourage a relationship where you talk, you have a family time, you talk about these things, and then try to create that environment for your child to be free, to be able to share. So that whenever anything happens, at least you know this has happened, and you take the right action against it.
That's beautiful. I think we will basically be wrapping up with all that. So, do you have any last word for these amazing women out here?
Yes, I do. To the women out here, I want to encourage you today. From the Bible verse, I want to encourage you. Do not fear. The book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 1. Says, do not fear, for God himself has ordained you, has redeemed you, and has called you by name. If our Creator, who is God himself, who is above every other thing, has given us the surety that we should not fear, that is what a pillar that you should walk with. Do not fear do not create that fear in your work environment where you believe you cannot do something. Yes, you can. Believe in yourself. Whatever you want to do, sit down with yourself, listen to yourself, and give it a try. Once you've given it a try, you might fail the first time. Personally, I've failed severally in entrepreneurship. I've failed. Professionally, I've failed, and it reached a point I felt like, I can't do this anymore, because everything I do, I'm failing and I'm a failure. Then I got up one day and realized, no, I was created for a purpose. And you know, nobody is going to feed you. You have to work extra hard. You know, there are these women outside there, they are single mothers, and they believe that they cannot do it by themselves. They need somebody to pull them up. No, you can do it. In fact, you are the one to pull that person who is down, pull that person up. Start something. Whatever little resources that you have, you can trust in God, and you can do something with that. Believe in yourself. Go be a go-getter. Go for whatever you want and get it. Do not fear failure. Failure is just a way of encouraging yourself that yes, you can do it better than the way you are doing it. I think that's what I can share with you, and I wish you a wonderful International Women's Day throughout the month. May God bless you.
Thank you so much for that. I would wrap up by saying that yes, you can, just the way Sarah has been emphasizing since we began, you know, choose to challenge. Choose to challenge. For me, it would include your fears, your values, the perspectives that you've had, because you are not going to say, you are not going to get the promotion if you ain't going to work hard enough for it, you know. So, you know, give your best, be excellent in everything you're doing, be diligent in every step of the way, and you are going to be able to be the difference that the world desires to see. May God bless you so much. This has been Felicity Mudis. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, happy International Women's Day. Sarah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you guys so much. I love you. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.